So in our last lesson, the one before last, of course, we talked about, oops. Yeah, we talked about the first conditional. Yes, first conditional and future time clauses. So this was the first topic we talked about. This is the first list, or the first one from the conditionals that we talked about. And in our last lesson, the focus was, I think, education. We focused on children's education, whether it's a good idea to push them too much or maybe not a good idea. According to the writer of this article, she thinks it's not a very good idea. So we talked about that. We discussed this opinion. Excuse me. And after that, we talked about the zero conditional. We learned that we can use the zero conditional to talk about things that are always true. And if you want to use a zero conditional, you need to use present simple in both the main clause and in the if clause. But you can also use an imperative in the main clause, and you can use a modal verb in the main clause. So you have more than one option, okay? And then we talked about the meaning of in case. In case is a bit different than if. It's not the same. It's not the same meaning as if. So we talked about the difference. And in case is usually, if you say in case, it means you're going to do it anyways. So you can say, I'm going to, for example, wear a raincoat in case it rains. So whether it rains or not, it doesn't make a difference. You're going to wear the raincoat in both situations. This is what we mean by in case. So now what I want you to do is, I want you, before we do the listening, I want you to check number 5. We can come back to number 4. But number 5 here, we have 5 sentences, all right? But you have to choose. You have to choose.
السلام عليكم.
Walaikum salam.
وعليكم
Hello.
السلام.
Hi, Hajar.
How are you?
Good, we're okay. So what we want to do in exercise number 5 is, we want to choose the right word here to complete the sentences. But you also have to choose whether to use if or in case. So in a way, it's kind of a 2-in-1 question. All right. So I want you to take a few minutes, think of this question, and think of the right answer, and we will check it together. So here it is. Let's use a red marker. So this is the question. And you can see number 1 is half answered. So, okay, I'll be right back. Just a second. Okay. Okay, have you answered it? Were you able to answer it?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see your answers. So number one, it's already half answered. We have feel. So I feel terrible. What do you think, Haj? Do you think if or in case?
If I don't get enough sleep.
Do you agree, Sana? Do you think that's the right answer? I feel. Yeah, you think that's right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, what about the second one, Sana? What do you think?
Okay. I usually have a glass of water by the bed in case I get thirsty in the night.
Okay. Do you think that's right, Hajar?
Yes.
Yeah, you agree. Did you say get or have? Which one did you use, Sen? Have? Okay.
Have.
I use have.
All right, okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Hello.
Salam.
How are you all?
Hi, we're fine. Okay, so you think in case, Sana thinks in case.
Yeah.
Okay, what about number three, Hajar? What did you do?
I should start saving money in case I lose my job.
Okay, so I should start. We use the modal verb. I should start. Let's write it under. I should start saving money. Let's move this a little bit here. In case I lose. Okay, let's just circle in case. All right, what about the last one? Number 4. Sana, what do you think?
Okay. Okay, now okay. I cannot work if someone is playing music.
Okay. You said this as if it's true, as if it's real for you. Is it true?
For
I mean,
me,
yeah, because it sounds very honest the way you said it.
for me, in my work, I don't face the music. Yes, especially I listen to music, especially when the period of the I don't know how to بالإنجليش معرض when the open because I work in the دات العماد and when I open the window I hear the music but always I close the window but I have something else I annoyed me because I work in that العماد and there is a traffic jam always and always there is a one please don't stay here please leave this road it's terrible sound and you get my point.
Yeah, it's worse than music what you're talking about. You mean the noise from the street.
Listen this Honda please don't stay here please move on.
So maybe yeah, I think you're hearing the people from the parking maybe who work in the parking.
Not the people. It's like
a security guard or something who takes care of the parking lot.
And really, even my colleague, when he starts to talk and he came and please close the door and close the window and.
So is he talkative? Does he talk a lot?
A lot.
Okay.
And even not the music, just shouting in the people and okay, but okay.
Yeah, some people are talkative, I think. Okay.
Yes.
And this means okay, so I think number 4 is correct.
Mhm.
What about number 5, Hajar? How would you answer number 5?
If you don't want those clothes, um, give them to charity.
Okay. If you don't want those clothes, give them to charity. Hmm. Okay. Do you think that's right, Sana? Is that the same answer you have?
Yes, 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 yes. The
Hmm.
same answer.
Okay.
If
Yeah. So the second part of the question, part B, it's asking, are any of the sentences number 1 to 4 true for you? I think you already answered that number 4 is true for you in a way. And Sana, not only playing music, but any noise in general. So you can't work if someone is making too much noise.
yes,
But what about the other sentences from this list, Sana? Are any of these sentences true for you?
yes, the number one, I feel terrible if I don't get enough sleep. Yes.
Hmm.
Mm,
Okay.
mm.
Mm,
And
mhm.
the day after I didn't get enough sleep, I feel it's like tired and I can, and even maybe I sleep early
Yeah.
in the night. Yes.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot. If you don't sleep well,
Mm.
everything gets messed up.
Yes.
Okay, so this means for you, number 1 and maybe number 4 are true for you.
Mm.
Okay, and Hajar, what about you? Which of these do you think describe you in an accurate way?
Number 2, I
Mhm,
usually have a glass of water
mhm,
because I didn't drink enough water in the day.
mhm.
So
You drink it
I
at
woke
night.
up. Yeah, yeah. And also number 4, I can't do anything if there's annoying people around me, especially
Mm,
read or work. If you want to focus for something you do, you can't. I can't. Um, I can't do this job.
So you can't have anybody next to you or near you making noise.
Yes.
But what do you think of people who can work easily, even with music and noise and kids, or do you think they don't do a very good job? What's your opinion on this?
No. Um, there's people they can't work in a silent places because they feel sleep.
Ah,
So they should have something.
so you think some people feel sleepy if it's too quiet?
Yes.
Do you think that's normal, or do you think maybe they've got some mental illness or something?
No. No. I think it's normal. It's
Mm,
about the physical human. It's not related to the anything.
mm. It's just a normal difference. That's what you think.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Hmm. All right. Anyways, so these are all, I think they're normal examples or common examples that we can even use in our everyday language, and all of them are using zero conditionals. If you pay attention, I feel terrible if I
Yes.
don't get enough sleep. So present, present. In the if clause, we have present simple, and in the main clause, we have present simple. So these 5 sentences are all examples of zero conditional. Now, let me take you to number 6, sorry. So exercise 6. All right. Now, it says here, listen to these sentences, notice the difference between I and I'll, and what's the difference in meaning? This is a nice question. Okay. So let me just put it in a box. So before we listen, I want you to tell me, is there a difference in meaning here between the first one and the second one? What do you think, Malak?
Yes, I think there is a difference between these sentences.
But
if my
what is
children
it?
make a lot of effort, I praise them. I think
Actually, this is one of those questions. This is a chocolate question. So whoever answers it gets a chocolate, because it's it's a little. It's not hard. It's just you know, it's a little detailed.
Maybe in future, if my children make a lot of effort, I'll praise them. But if my children make a lot of effort, I praise them. Maybe every day, if any of my children make a lot of effort, I praise them. Maybe every day, maybe.
Okay, you're getting close. Okay, and the second one?
Second one, in the future, maybe I don't have the children, but talking about if any one of them make, or maybe they are younger, not older, to do a lot of effort, I will praise them.
Okay, this is a nice point. Okay, let's see if
That's not correct.
It's not incorrect. It's missing something, but you covered something important, I think. But how can you translate it? أنا هيك بليبك كيف كان بترجميهم بالزوز كيف حيطلعوا الأولى والثاني؟
لو الأطفال، لو أطفالي أو أبنائي داروا مجهود كبير، إننا نشكرهم، يعني حنشكرهم يعني.
Okay.
Number 2، لو إن أطفالي في المستقبل، ممكن نتكلم لو إن أطفالي في يوم ما داروا مجهود كبير، أنا سوف أشكرهم.
Okay. Okay, I want to see what Hajar and Sana think. What do you think, Hajar and Sana? Do you think that's right?
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Hi, Hab. How are you today?
I'm thanks. What about you?
I'm all right. I'm okay.
Okay.
Okay, what do you think, Hab, the difference between these two sentences is? What's the difference?
Wait. My children make a lot of work. I prize them. My children make a lot of work. I will prize them. You mean in grammar or not or meaning?
Meaning. Just meaning.
Meaning, yes. إذا أطفالي يعني داروا شغل، سوف أفتخر بهم يعني أفتخر فيهم في الحاضر، يعني كشدة أعتقد في الحاضر يعني. والثانية في المستقبل، يعني إذا كان في المستقبل داروا شغل يعني اجتهدوا على أنفسهم كذا، أنا سوف أفتخر بهم يعني في المستقبل.
بس هي نفسها الجزء الأول اللي هو داروا جهد، هي نفسها ما غيروش فيها. عاش
نعم،
مستقبل.
واحدة قلت لك واحدة في قصدي يعني كان داروا حاجة كويسة يعني مثلا، أو داروا كثير من الجهد، أنا حنفتخر بهم يعني. ممكن حاجة صارت يعني أعتقد، أو بتصير توا يعني، أو صارت توا يعني. والثانية كانوا داروها تو نفتخر بهم. كان داروا
لكن مستحيل أنهم حيديروا جهد كبير. ممكن الثانية ممكن يحصل وممكن لا. الجملة الثانية
بقى خلينا نضيف لكم واحدة هيك باش نحل الموضوع.
هذه الكي بوينت.
What about this one? What do you think, Malak and Dihab, of the last one?
My children have made a lot of
I
What?
think the same the first one.
The same?
Maybe the same meaning. Yeah, the same meaning of the first one.
No, second.
On
Not the second.
Okay.
If
my children had made a lot of effort, I would لكنت مدحتهم لو إنهم، لكن هم ما داروش يعني حاجة مجهود كبير. ثالث شيء. بس الثانية شيء
داروا نفس الشيء
ممكن perhaps possible محتمل إن هم يديروا حاجة مجهود كبير. بالنسبة للسكند وان لو إن الأطفال
ما داروش هم في الأصل،
داروا مجهود كبير أنا سوف yes. والأولى ممكن هم يديروا في مجهود كبير وهو يمدح فيهم نفس الشيء.
Okay. Hajar, what do you think, Hajar? Do you agree with the analysis?
I think yes. In the first one, in Arabic, means I praise them means نثني عليهم أو نمدحهم.
تمام.
And I will praise them. And the second one and the one you wrote, I think the same meaning. فسوف أمدحهم سأمدحهم.
كنت مدحتهم. ثالثة كنت
I would have سأمدحهم. I would.
Okay.
I think the first one means also if they don't do an effort, I praise them.
The first or the second?
The first one.
Even if they don't make an effort, you praise them?
Yes.
Okay. I'm wondering.
And the second.
Sorry, just let me. I want to check something very quickly. We still don't have Sana's opinion. What do you think, Sana? Do you think they are the same?
Maybe.
or do you think they're different?
I think the second sentence meaning لو عندي أطفال وداروا مجهود سوف أمدحهم. يعني هو ممكن ما عندهش أطفال. يعني حسيتها حاجة للمستقبل. لو عندي أطفال، لو أنا جوني أطفال مثلا وداروا جهد، أنا سوف أمدحهم.
اوكي.
هذه الجملة الأولى. لكن الجملة الأولى هو حاليا عنده أطفال وكان داروا جهد، أنا بنمدحهم.
اوكي.
لكن الثانية كأنه هو ما عندهش أطفال، قال لكن لو عندي أطفال أنا سوف أمدحهم، حاجة للفيوتشر.
Okay, what about this one? What about the next two here? What do you think, Sana? If my children had made a lot of effort, I would have praised them. And if my children made a lot of effort, I would praise them.
I would have, I should means
Not I would have to, I would have.
yeah.
Yes, I think this is the another type from the if condition. Yes.
Actually, each sentence is a different type.
Yes.
But here we don't want to focus on grammar, we want to focus on meaning. What is the speaker trying to say here with each sentence? This is what we want. I'll help you a little bit, okay?
Yeah,
the second,
the third one here, I think it's the present perfect. Yes.
Okay, but let's forget about grammar. هو صح فا present perfect, فا past perfect, مش present perfect.
Okay, past perfect. This meaning maybe the same meaning in the first one.
But remember, the meaning is not, the grammar is not directly related to the meaning. ما تعتمدوش على الجرامر في المينينج. رغم ان كلامك صح والله انت بتستخدم الجرامر لكن but I'll help you a little bit.
Okay, maybe the connection for you. I don't know. I don't hear you very well because it's the sound is cut.
Can you hear me now?
Now okay, but before no.
Yes, me too.
Okay, because we don't have electricity. But let me just switch on the other modem just in case this one stops working. So just give me a second. نولع الثاني.
Okay. شكلهم بيطلعوا كلهم زي بعض، هم نفس المينينج.
الفرق في الأزمنة حسيتهم بس.
الحصة لا مش في الأزمنة. It's not related to tenses.
واحدة سأمدحها وواحدة لكنت مدحتها.
هو اللي حتى هو ممكن إجابات ملاك أقرب واحدة تو. Okay, but let's talk about اللي هم اللي غطيناهم. باي خلينا من زوز الزايدات هذول لزيادة الإبهام والتلخبيط أكثر. لكن هو التركيز في
لا هو زاد ولخبطوا حد.
Okay, so remember we agreed that with the zero conditional. خلينا نهدزوا عليه شوي اللي هو موضوع الدرس هذا. So we agreed with the zero conditional. This is important. The zero conditional, usually we talk about things that are always true. All right, let me just underline it.
Yes.
Things which are always true. And we use, of course, زي ما قلنا اللي هو present simple.
Present simple. Yeah.
All right, so this is important to keep in mind, always true. But if we go back a little bit to the first conditional, remember when we talked about the first condition, we talked about the first conditional, we're usually talking about something in the future. And the if clause is possible. It's not always
possible,
true.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yes.
هذه تو أعطيتكم الهنتس تو أن حاولوا شوفوها من الناحية هذه مش من ناحية خلينا نرجع مش من ناحية grammar يعني. So let me take you back to the examples. And now let's.
صح يعني هو احتمال ما عندهش أطفال، لكن قال لو
أو
أنا عندي
يكونوا شيطانين
أطفال
أو مستحيل يديروا مجهود كبير أو
مش مستحيلة
أو
لكن
يكونوا
مش
صغيرين، يعني مش مازال ممكن يحصل وممكن لا.
مم.
يس. إذا أصبح الفرق قصة البوسيبيليتي أن هم يديروا effort or لا. يعني الحقيقة السر كلها أكثر في الجزئية الإف، رغم أنها هي راهو زي بعض بالضبط. لما نقولوا مثلا if my children make a lot of effort I praise them، هنا الشخص يتكلم على حاجة always true، فإحنا نفهموا أن أطفاله بصفة عامة هم يديروا في a lot of effort. يعني هذه حاجة normal، شبه habit. Do you get the idea? So his children usually make this is true for them. هذه طبيعتهم، هذه حقيقتهم. وهو حتى هو نفس الشيء يشكر فيهم لما يديروا في مجهود، وهم أصلا ديما يديروا. هي هذه الفكرة. Do you get the idea? لكن اللي بعدها if my children make a lot of effort I'll praise them، لحد توا ما داروش effort، ما شافش منهم الافورت مازال. Do you get the idea؟
لكن محتمل إنهم يديروا.
ايه محتمل، انا مش محتمل يعني، واحتمال كبير مش حتى احتمال صغير. لكن مش زي الاولى الزيرو مازال الاحتماليه انها هي تشو تعتبر زي الفاكت، يعني ان هم يديروا في effort وهو يشكر فيهم لما يديروا. الثانيه ممكن احتمال كبير يديروا بس مازال، لكن لما يديروا حنشكرهم غير يديروا هم قبل. Right? This is the idea. Now, if we check the second condition here, تحت بكر, if my children made a lot of effort, I would praise them. هنا الشخص في الشك أن صغاره حيديروا effort. في الأخيرة هذه, if my children made a lot of effort, I would praise them. يعني مازال possibility أقل أن هم يديروا effort، مش حاط فيهم أمل كبير بهم، يعرفهم تعال تضيع وقت دوا فاضية. هذا المثال الأخير. يتمنى الشخص يتمنى، هذا مجرد يتمنى wishing الحقيقة صح. هذا second conditional إنه هو يتمنى يديروا، يا ريت كان دار جهد راني شكرتهم. فال I would أقرب لي راني شكرتهم، راهو شكرتهم. Do you get the idea؟ الأخيرة الثالثة اللي هي third conditional if my children had made a lot of effort، هذا توفات فيهم الزمان خلاص ما داروش أصلا effort وفاتت الفرصة، وكأن شخص زي اللي يندم على شيء صار وما يقدرش يغيره. If my children had made a lot of effort, I would have praised them. لا هم داروا effort ولا نشكرتهم لأن أصلا فاتت الفرصة. Do you get the idea؟ إن شيء فات خلاص.
Yeah.
So the meaning is kind of different between each one. لكن أسهل طريقة، واحد من طلبة الانترميديت اللي فات حقيقة هي من اختراعها، ولذا أنا منخنبها منها الفكرة عجبتني. فقال لي ال possibility أو certainty، مقياس certainty علاقته عكسية مع الرقم الconditional. يعني كل ما يزيد رقم الconditional تنقص الاحتمالية، وكل ما ينقص رقم الconditional تزيد الاحتمالية. شو معنى الكلام هذا؟ يعني zero conditional true fact. Do you get the idea؟ الفيرست conditional أقل شوية possible لكن أقل شوية. السكند conditional possible لكن ما زال أقل احتمالية، تعتبر زي الأمنية يعني إنك أنت الشيء شاك إنه حيصير. الثيرد conditional مش حيصير false، فاتت أصلا هي القصة، ما عادش في كيف يندار الشيء اللي تتكلمي عليه. يعني لو جيت بكري رانا طلعنا مع بعضنا، هذه خلاص فات الوقت وأنت ما جيتش بكري وما طلعناش، هذا third conditional. Do you get the idea؟ فأنتوا اللي هي قصة كلها في البوسيبيليتي، احتمالية حدوث الشيء. الزيرو عالية مش عالية true، يعني تصير الشيء هذا يصير. That's why we use present. It's always true. And if we check these examples لما قلنا if you have children you want them to be happy and successful، this is true. هذه مش possible ولا مرة مرة لا، هذه true always true. Anybody who has children wants them to be happy and successful, right؟ يعني تعتبر fact. هذا ليش الزيرو كونديشن يستعمل فيه حتى اللي هم المعادلات الطبيعية أو الأشياء هذه. So you can say for example, can you hear me clearly؟ صوتي واضح ولا يقطع؟
قاعد يقطع شوية ويولي يقطع ويولي.
أوكي خلنا نعود النقطة
بس
هذه.
أوضح واضح يعني مش هو كويس يعني حاليا.
Yeah مراتي من مصدر يشبه مع انه full coverage. For example, if you say if you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. Okay, this is an example of a zero conditional.
Yes.
If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. يعني زي في الرياضيات if يعني لو إذا بما أن كذا إذا كذا ما فيهاش مرة أي مرة لا دائما هذا الزيرو كونديشن ماشي something true something which is a fact بصفة عامة ال1 أقل شوية 2 ما زال أقل و3 خلاص مش true حاجة impossible مش حتصير لك فاتت لهم. It's a bit like this. Anyway, so this means if we want to talk about the real difference between these two examples, that in English we can say that the first example, the children always make a lot of effort. This is their nature. They always make a lot of effort and their father or mother always praises them. This is the idea. But here in the second example, the children don't always make a lot of effort. But when they do, their father or mother praises them. This is the idea. Okay, so this means in the second example, the children are less likely to make an effort. الأطفال اللي في المثال الأول أشطر من الأخير هي هذه الفكرة. Okay. All right. So now let's do the listening exercise. So the listening exercise, we're gonna listen to a few sentences, and I think you might need a pen and paper because you might need to write them. We're gonna listen to each sentence twice. Okay, so we're gonna play it twice, each one twice, and if we need to listen again, we'll do that. But it's better, I think, if you have a pen and paper so you can write. Of course, this will help. All right, so let me play the track for you.
So,
Hajar, yes? Do you have a question?
but you have a bad connection.
Okay, خلينا نغيره على النت الثاني. Okay, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so this is the other internet, but if you can't hear me clearly, just let me know, okay? لو بدي قطعت هذا قولوا لي. All right, so let me play the track. And okay, let me explain the question one last time. We're gonna write the sentences that you hear, and we're gonna hear each sentence twice. So let's do that. Okay. Okay, CD2, track 9. CD2, track 9.
Track 9. 1.
If my children work hard, they get good grades. If my children work hard, they get good grades.
2.
If you fail the exam, you have to take it again. If you fail the exam, you have to take it again.
Three.
I'll text you if there's a problem. I'll text you if there's a problem.
4.
We'll call you if we don't get there on time. We'll call you if we don't get there on time.
5.
If she doesn't call me, I worry. If she doesn't call me, I worry.
6.
If I see him, I'll say hello. If I see him, I'll say hello.
Okay. So these are the 6 examples. I don't know how clearly you heard them. هل سمعتوهم بوضوح ولا مع
Very good.
دوشة؟
Yes.
قلت بالك دوشة الأذان.
No.
Okay. Let's write what you heard. Let's start with number 1. So number 1, what did you hear, Hajar?
If my children work hard, they got good grades.
If my children work hard, they
got.
Can we use got? What do you think?
They get.
They get or they'll get?
No, they get good grade.
Okay. Is that the same thing that you heard, Malak?
Yes, if my children work hard, they get good grades.
Okay. And what about number 2? What did you hear number 2?
If you fail the exam, you have tickets.
If you fail the exam, you have to?
You have to take it again, no?
Is that correct, Hajar? Is that what you heard? If you fail the exam, you have to take it again?
Yes.
Okay, that's right. If you fail the exam, you have to take it. Take it again. All right. Let's see what Sana got for number 3. What do you have, Sana? For the third one.
Even fill the gap. I will.
So you have absolutely no idea what to write.
I have idea. I will fix it if there is a problem. I don't know because I couldn't.
Yes, true.
I will fix it if there is a
Fix
problem.
it here. Yes.
Okay.
I'll fix it if there is a problem.
If there is a problem, yes, I will.
I'll fix it if there is a problem, but we can use that. We can say that. I'll fix it if there's a problem, right? Or you think we can say that?
No, I don't know. Because it's talked fast and I wrote it. This is the problem.
I'm going to write what you heard. I'll fix it if there's a problem. Because we can listen again and check, so no worries.
Okay.
All right. What about number 4? So what did you hear here at number 4?
Me?
Let's any volunteer. Okay, what about Malak? Let's see. What do you have, Malak?
We will call you if you get on the time, maybe. Maybe I have gifts too.
So you're not sure either.
If they
No,
get
yes.
in the time.
And number
If you
5 and
don't,
6, I correct. I
think-
write them correct, maybe. But 4,
if
I'm
you
not sure
don't
about
get
it.
to learn,
If they get in the time.
if you don't,
On the
We
time,
will
maybe.
call
On the time.
you if they get in the
Yes,
time.
we will call you if you get on the time. That's what I wrote.
Okay.
If they get in the time.
So we'll call you if
We
if-
will call you
if they
If
get
they
if you get on the time.
if you get on time like that.
no, I
On the
think
time.
if you don't get on time, I think.
If you
I don't
don't
know, but yes, I will call you if you don't get on time.
get on time.
I don't know. I wrote it here.
I wrote it if they get in the time on the time.
Let's write all your answers. So
Maybe
this,
Hajar better than me. I don't know.
let's see. What do you have, Hajar? What did you listen? What did you hear?
If they get in the time on the time.
So we'll call you if they get on time. Is that it?
Yes.
Call you if they get. And what about you, Malak? What do you have?
If I we will call you if you get on the time.
Just the, you mean?
Yes.
Only the addition of the.
Mm.
On the. Okay. Let's check. What about number 5?
Number 5, if she doesn't call me, I worry.
If
I
she,
will worry.
I will
Yeah.
worry. Yeah.
Mm.
No, I worry. I write. I worry.
I worry. Yeah.
I worry.
You're worried. This is for Malak and Hajar.
Mm.
But what about Sana?
I will worry.
If she doesn't
Yes.
call me, I'll worry.
Mm.
And the last one, what do you have for number 6?
If I see him, I'll say hello. If
Yes.
I see him, I'll say hello.
If I see him, I'll say.
Hello.
Do you agree, Hajar Sanad? Is that what you heard?
Yes.
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 Yeah. All right. So let's listen again, but this time let's stop after each sentence so we can be sure. So let's take a look.
Track 9. 1.
If my children work hard, they get good grades. If my children work hard, they get good grades.
So this means number 1 is correct, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good.
Two. If you fail the exam, you have to take it again. If you fail the exam, you have to take it again.
So this is also correct, right?
Yes, but without
Yes.
get, maybe to take it again.
Yeah, there's no
Sure.
get. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Yes,
There's
I
no
don't
get.
say get. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to take it again. So
To
there's
take
no
it
get.
again.
Have to take it again. Correct. Okay, let's check number 3 now. Let's take a look.
Three. I'll text you if there's a problem. I'll text you if there's a problem.
It's a text you. It's not a text you.
Even I told you I will text
Yeah.
you مش fix
Text.
it.
This means Malak is the one, she's the guilty one. She said fix it.
No, I don't say fix it. I'll check if there is a problem. That's what I say.
You said check.
Not me. Take it.
Tick.
Fix it.
I will check if there is a problem. That's what I hear.
Tick. You mean tick like tick? صح? Tick.
Yeah. Not fix. Tick. I don't hear fix. Yes.
But why did I write fix? One of you
Maybe
said
you
fix.
hear
No,
like
I
that.
don't
No,
say
you
fix.
Maybe
said-
Hajar said fix it, yes?
No.
I think
no,
Hajar. Admit it, Hajar.
Because
She don't
the book,
want to, she
the
doesn't
notebook
want
is
to break
here.
chocolate.
I wrote them. I wrote tick.
Okay. So the correct answer is I'll text you.
You.
Text
If
you.
there is
So
a-
text you is, you know, just send you a message. That's the meaning. Text you. I'll send you a text message. This is what they mean. I'll text you. So you can use text as a noun and as a verb. So here we're using it as a verb. I'll text you. All right, let's listen to number 4. Let's see.
Four. We'll call you if we don't get there on time.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Call
the
you if we
power is cut.
Sorry, what did you say?
The power is cut, so I disconnected.
Okay, let me repeat it. Okay, so let's go back a little bit.
4. We'll call you if we don't get there on time. We'll call you if we don't get there on time.
Yes. In
So,
your time, yes.
We will call you if you don't
If you
get
don't
there
get
on
in
time.
your
Get there on your time.
okay, I'm going to repeat it again, but the good news is,
Sana is correct.
no, there's even better news. The good news is all 3 of you are wrong. So that's a good
there is no chocolate then.
There's no chocolate. Nobody's going to get any chocolate.
Okay, I have a right answer maybe.
Okay, let's see. What do you have?
Not
Let's-
now, not now. It's okay now.
doesn't
now.
count now. There's no chocolate, even if it's
There
right.
is
No,
no
I don't.
chocolate. This is without anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just correct answer. That's all. So,
Okay.
so what do you have?
We will call you if you don't get there on time.
Okay.
If you don't get there on time.
Do you agree with Manak, Hajar and Sana? Do you think this is the right correction?
I don't know.
You're still not sure. Okay, Sana, what do you think?
I don't know.
All right. So
In your time, I think. I don't know.
Okay, I'll help a little bit. It's actually better than the previous ones, but there's only one word, just one word that needs changing. Just one word. But so let me just play it one last time.
If you go, maybe.
If you got
no.
something.
We will see.
We'll
Okay.
call you if we don't get there on time.
Okay, let's listen again. ولا هذه الثانية.
5.
No, let's go back.
If she does you if we don't get there on 4.
Uh-huh.
We'll call you if we don't get there on time.
Yeah,
We'll call you if
maybe
we
what
don't get
Sana
there
said.
on time.
So
On time. Maybe there is some
Your
more,
time.
before
on,
time. Yeah,
On
before
time.
On your
no,
time.
no, correct. don't get there on time is correct.
Yeah.
Mm. The
Mm. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the meaning of the sentence. So why would they need to call him if he doesn't get there on time?
maybe
Because
he will late or something.
or to remember him about the time.
To remind him, yeah, maybe. Mm. But if they call him and he's already late, I mean, there's no point. Fat الوقت, right? So take a look.
Or maybe to tell talk about him about what they talked about.
Okay, but take a look at one last time. Just هذه آخر مرة. Let's listen.
Four. We'll call you if we don't get there on time. We'll call you if we don't get there on time.
Mm-hmm. Still, you don't notice anything?
No.
Actually, the only thing that's not correct is you. We'll call you if we don't get there on time. We'll call you if we don't get there on time. That's it.
Yes, it's not clear.
Yeah, it's not very clear. لأن ديما الضمائر unstressed في they'll say them quickly. مش مرات ما يبانوش.
Okay.
بس هي هذه الحاجة الوحيدة اللي غلط. باقي كلها كان تصحيحها كانت كويسة يعني. So this is number 4. All right, let's check number 5. Let's take a look at number 5.
Five.
If she doesn't call me, I worry. If she doesn't call me, I worry.
Okay, so this
Yes.
means the first one.
I think Hajar and Malak, yes.
Yeah, it's correct.
I will
0.
bring them chocolate.
Yes, you need
Okay,
to.
we wait you.
Yeah. Okay, last one. Let's listen to number 6.
6.
If I see him, I'll say hello.
Yes, it's right.
Yes.
If I see him, I'll say hello.
Yes. So this is actually quite good. I think only number 4 we had a big problem. Number 3 it was just the verb. Number 1 and 2 and 6 and 5 are correct. And this is from the first time, so I think it's okay. We did quite well, I think. All right, so let's have a little prayer break. Let's pray and we'll come back.
Okay.
And we can talk about
Inshallah.
reflexive pronouns. نتكلم عليهم.
Mhm.
موضوعهم بسيط. They're not very complicated, so we can talk about them and maybe talk about our next topic. All right, so I'll see you in a bit.
Inshallah.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so everyone's back. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so let's continue. So we talked a little bit about the differences between the first and zero conditional. Now, let's talk a little bit about reflexive pronouns. What's the idea here? Let's see. So they want us to take a look at sentences A to C from the article, and they want us to pay attention to the reflexive pronouns in bold. And then we want to talk about a few rules here, okay? So let's go back to the article. So here's the article. So is it in the article? I think maybe in the question, it's not in the article. Sorry. Here they are. Sorry. I thought it was in the article. Okay, so here we have example A. It's important that they are allowed to enjoy themselves. And example B, it says, this means children spend most of their free time studying by themselves. And C, we should also encourage children to work things out themselves. But here, each time themselves has a slightly different meaning. And this is what we want to focus on. We want to focus on these small differences. So the first rule, it says, we should also encourage, in sentence A, they and themselves are the same people or the different people. So here, in example A, it's important that they are allowed to enjoy themselves. So here, when we talk about they and we talk about themselves, are we talking about the same people or are we talking about different people?
Yes.
Yes, the same people.
Yes,
The same people.
Okay, so there's agreement here. Okay, in the second example, example B, themselves means with other people or alone. Let me read.
Themselves.
When we say this means children
alone.
spend most of their free time studying by themselves. What do you think?
By means alone.
Alone, yes.
Alone?
Themselves
Okay.
alone, yeah.
Okay, so you agree also here. All right, in sentence C, it says in sentence C, themselves emphasizes that children do this with someone else or instead of someone else. Let's check. We should also encourage children to work things out themselves. So what is themselves?
Encourage means
what do you think?
Instead of someone else.
Okay, it's one of the two. We don't have a third option.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but instead of.
But why do you think it's instead of? Why not with someone else? I mean, how can you translate example C here? لو بنترجموه بالليبي كيف حيطلع لنا C? We should.
لازم نخلي الأطفال نقحموا الأطفال في إن هم يخدموا بروحهم.
لكن
يعتمدوا على نفسهم.
لكن بروحهم هل نقصد بهم alone ولا نقصدوا لأن القصد مش بروحهم alone هنا القصد البروحهم alone كانت في نمبر كانت في B بروحهم هذه صح؟
by themselves.
هذه كانت بروحهم صح لكن هنا أعتقد ما يقصدوش بها
I think with not instead of someone else that children do this with.
But do you think
it means
maybe لما نقولوا we should also encourage children to work out things themselves, it means maybe without the help of anyone else. هذا ليش هو قال لك instead of someone else.
But we
بأنفسهم.
should encourage them to do that.
هو احنا من يعني أما أفضل في رأيك؟ هل من علموهم يعتمدوا على غيرهم أو يعتمدوا على أنفسهم؟ أما أفضل.
Of course يعتمدوا على نفسهم.
Do you think maybe this is the point that we want to encourage children to do? That they can work things out themselves without the help of other people instead of someone else?
Yes.
Actually, this is the right answer, instead of someone else. So when we say themselves, here we don't mean alone, but we mean اللي هي يعتمدوا على أنفسهم. ممكن أنت مالك ترجمتها الأولى can't remember. في حد منكم قال يعتمدوا على أنفسهم. أو بأنفسهم. بأنفسهم. يجب أن نشجع الأطفال أن يعملوا بأنفسهم. هي هذه الفكرة. But let's confirm this, just in case. Let's take a look. Sorry, we still have part B before we check. So part B, they just want you to say what are the reflexive pronouns for I, you, he, she, it, and you, plural, and they. So here, and الوحيدة اللي عندنا هي themselves. So themselves is of course for they, themselves, right? But what about I? I?
Myself.
Myself, and you?
Yourself.
But what if you is plural?
Ourselves.
Selfish.
You.
Yourself.
But it's plural, not just one person
Yeah,
you're talking
like
to.
themselves here, how
Yes.
Plural.
Yourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, yourselves. So yourself, if you're talking to one person, do it yourself.
Yeah.
But if you're talking to a group, do it yourselves. So yourself, singular, yourselves, plural. What about we? What's the reflexive pronoun for we?
Ourselves.
Ourselves, yeah. Because you have more than one person, right? Ourselves.
Yeah.
What about he and she?
Himself.
Himself. He did it himself. And
Herself.
And what about it?
Itself.
All right, that's correct. Okay, so now before we do exercise 8, let's take a look at, actually let's do exercise 8 because it looks easy, and then we can check the summary of this point. So, I made my daughter's jumper myself. I made it myself, okay? My son likes playing by
Himself.
by himself. We want to educate our children.
Ourselves. Yes.
Ourselves or ourselves? Ourselves. That's correct. Ourselves. Yeah. We want to educate our children ourselves. What about Deborah looks after 3 children by
Herself.
herself, because Deborah is a woman's name.
Okay.
Yeah. I usually cut the kids' hair.
Itself.
What do you think, Sarah?
Myself, I think.
Myself, because the hair is not going to cut itself. That would be every mother's nightmare.
I read it as a cat.
No. I cut. Okay, myself. Okay, and the last one, the party was great. All the kids enjoyed themselves. Right. Okay, so it's not too difficult, but this idea of different kinds of themselves was a little tricky. Anyways, let's take a look at the summary. Let's see if there are any points worth mentioning. Let's take a look. Which page is this? 50. 142. All right, so here's the summary of reflexive pronouns. Okay, So we can use reflexive pronouns when the object and the subject are the same people, you know, like it's important they are allowed to enjoy themselves. So we answered this correctly. We also talked about using reflexive pronouns to mean alone. If you're doing it on your own, then this means you're doing it yourself. He's doing it himself and she's doing it herself. So alone. And then we can also say that, to emphasize that we do it, we do the action. So we're trying to emphasize that we do something instead of someone else doing it for us. Because normally children, they can get lazy sometimes when they want grown-ups to do everything for them. And this is not good, because when you try to teach them, they want you to do everything. So they want you to read the question, they want you to answer it, they want you to do everything. So I think the third point is important, that children need to be taught to do things themselves without grown-ups and adults doing everything for them. And this is one different way, or one way of using themselves. Okay, so this point is very important, but I don't know if it's important for Arabic. It's important in other languages like Spanish and Portuguese. But I'm thinking if we can use it in اوكي if you think of it, لما نديروا فيهم بالليبي مرات الافعال هذو يطلعوا لنا تحنير reflexive. So the point, let me explain the point. They're trying to tell you that in some languages there are many verbs which are reflexive. معناها حتى الverb فيه جزئية متاع self هذه. مثلا كنا احنا بالليبي بنقولوا نحس في روحي سخون مثلا. We do this in Libya, right? أو نحس في روحي سقعان. شنو تحس؟ تحس في روحي سقعان، تحس في روحي جعان. Have you noticed this? لما نقول نحس في روحي، نحس في روحي. خير يحس في روحه مريض. Right?
Yes.
هذه روحه الإضافية هذه reflexive اللي هي self.
Self, yes.
Yeah. In English we don't have this. ما عندناش استعمال reflexive في الverbs. لكن في لغات فيها. طحن الليبي يدارج فيه. اللي هي يحس في روحه مريض، يحس في روحه جعان، يحس في روحه تعبان. فنديروا فيها احنا. انك في لغات ثانيه البرتغالي والاسباني فيها الكلام هذا، نديروا فيها بالطريقه هذه. In English we don't have it. حتى العربيه الفصحى ما فيهاش. انه يشعر بالجوع، انه انا اشعر بالبرد، هو يشعر بالحراره مثلا. في الدارجه موجوده لكن في الفصحى مش موجود. Anyways هذا يعني موضوع جانبي. So in English we can't do this. So second point, it says we can say my own, on your own, instead of myself, yourself. Okay. So there's another way of saying myself. So you can say I made some lasagna myself, right? Or you can say I made some lasagna on my own. So you can say myself, and you can also say my own. All right, so it's the same thing, but you cannot say by my own. So this is what you need to pay attention to. So if you want to use my own, يمشي الحال. مثلا you can say I enjoy living by my own. On my own. Okay, like this example. I enjoy living on my own. Or you can say I enjoy living by myself. So you can do it either way. All right, now, so what's the difference between themselves and each other? Let's see. So now, can you read the first one here, the first example, and tell me what you understand from it?
Okay, Naki and Alec are looking at themselves.
Yeah, Nikki and Alice are looking at themselves. Okay, and in the second picture,
Nikki and Alice are looking at each other.
What's the difference? Is there a difference? Is it the same? What do you think the difference is?
Looking at themselves. ما يشبهوا لبعض. Okay.
انت كنت ديرها بالليبي
الثانية.
تجيك سهلة.
الثانية هم يشبهوا لبعضهم.
تمام
أو
صح.
هيك
اوكي.
هذه الثانية.
Right.
لكن الأولى هني ما يشبهوش لبعضهم هم مرة.
صح.
هيك كأنه في مراية ولا هيك حسيتهم. أنا هيك حسيت.
هو مراية صح.
شوفوا في راح
يشوفوا في أنفسهم يعني كل
أيوة.
واحدة بروحها لكن تشبه للمراية ممكن دي شكلها أو حاجة زي
هذه هي يشوفوا في رواحهم يشوفوا في أنفسهم. لهم دراء بالفصحى ينظرون إلى أنفسهم إلى أنفسهم ممكن صح بالفصحى. بس هذه الفكرة يعني. So here they're looking at themselves. Each person is looking at their own reflection, right? So each girl is looking at herself, but together they're looking at themselves. And Nikki and Alice are looking at each other. All right, so they just want you to pay attention to the difference between themselves and each other. It's a little different. All right, so this means we can go back. So now you get the idea of reflexive pronouns, and we also get the idea, we understand the first conditional, how to use it. So now let's have a little break from grammar. Luckily this lesson there's no grammar. Let's talk a little bit about luck. So we're going to talk about good luck, bad luck. It's a funny topic. It's a nice topic actually, this one. But I want to start with this phrase. What do you think?
wood.
Touch wood. Have you has anyone heard this phrase? Touch wood?
Yeah.
And used a lot here.
We do? Do we use it a lot?
No,
I don't use it, but
I think
do this.
But is it part of our Libyan culture, touching wood?
No. It's
taken
from Egyptian and Turkish.
From the Egyptians and the Turkish?
Yeah.
What do they do, the Egyptians and the Turkish? Do they touch wood?
Yes, when you say something, it's beautiful, or it's like that. They say touch the wood.
They say it كيف يقولوا فاهم صاروا ما سمعتهاش اني ممكن عبارة او سمعها نساها. شنو يقولوا؟
دق على الخشب يقولوا.
هيك يقولوا فيها دق على الحشو خشب. So I don't have a very good Egyptian culture. معناها okay.
It's from the series.
Yes.
Okay, so this means it's part of some countries' culture, because I know this is a big part of European and American culture, especially the British and the Americans. They have this touch wood and they knock on the wood. I don't know if the British got it from the Egyptians. Maybe it was an old thing that maybe ancient Egyptians had and the British got it from them, or maybe the opposite. Maybe the Egyptians got it from the British colonists. You know, when the British people used to.
Maybe yes. Maybe the Egyptian people.
From the British.
Yes. I think yes.
I don't know the source.
And when they speak, the Egyptian use it a lot of English word.
English and French. But they also use some French words.
But I think with the Egyptian way.
Yeah, true. It's the same thing we do with Italian and Turkish words. There we have lots of loan words, and we change them a little bit, and we use them in our own way. But this is a normal thing in languages, by the way. The effect of older languages. Anyway, so you can see what the lesson is about. It's about luck. So now we want to start with a few phrases. I'm just going to read these words for you. And then after that, we want to match these words with I don't know if we can see all of them. Okay. مش كلهم بيانات. Anyways, let's start with the first group. البيانات عندنا هذا. So we have a black cat, a shooting star, a mirror, salt, a ladder, wood, a lucky charm, and an umbrella. Okay, so let's just match them. Of course, they're not hard, but they're all related to luck, and we're gonna find out how. So what's A? What's this?
A
Leader.
ladder,
A ladder. And B?
an umbrella,
An umbrella.
Right. C?
salt,
Correct. D?
black cat.
Black cat.
Black cat.
Right. And then we have, what about E?
It's a charmy, what?
Let me take you back to the box.
Lucky.
Lucky charm.
Lucky charm. Lucky charm. Okay.
Yeah.
F?
Mirror.
Wood.
No.
Wood.
Wood, yeah.
Right. G?
Mm.
Shooting star.
Shooting star. Correct. Shooting star. And H?
Mirror.
Mirror. Okay, so now we matched all the items, all the nouns here to their pictures. Now what we want to do is, I want you to use all of these nouns that we just talked about, and I want you to guess. Here what we want to do is we want to read about some British superstitions. Maybe I need to talk about this word first. So has anybody seen this word before? Superstitions.
Superstition, yeah, it's
Can you explain it
in
in English?
Arabic means
In English, in English.
in English means what people believe
Okay.
or think.
What people think or believe.
Believe it's a bad luck but good luck.
So when you
For
say,
example,
so a superstition is a belief related to luck. Is that what you're saying?
yeah,
Maybe story. It is not real story.
Maybe it's not real. Is it? But is it imaginary?
it's a
Yes.
part of a culture.
But do people believe it or not believe it?
Yeah, some of them.
Some
yes.
people believe it.
Some people believe it. So in Arabic, what is it?
معتقدات.
Not exactly.
مش معتقدات. نقول احنا.
لأن معتقدات حتمشي أكثر مع beliefs أكثر. beliefs تمشي معتقدات. صح؟ I think Malak said it. Malak أنت بكري قلتي كلمة بالعربي شنو هي? You said something. And I think you gave the right translation. Malak disappeared. It's خرافات. You can say بالنسبة للخرافة خرافات قربتي انت صح، لكن في كلمة تانية مازال أدق. الخرافة يستعملوا فيها they sometimes say myth لك ممكن مع الأسطورة أكتر ماشية myth, and they say I forgot it, but superstition هي أقرب حاجة اللي هو الفعل الفعل الحسن أو الفعل السيء، يعني الفعل نفسه. This is superstition. بس هو مربوط زي ما أنت قلتي كلامك صح، حاجة مربوط ليه علاقة بالبeliefs، ليه علاقة بالculture، وليه علاقة بالخرافة. You know, they're kind of related. All of the ideas, all of the concepts are all related. So in this little list, we want to focus mainly on British superstitions. you know شنو هو بالنسبة لهم الحاجات اللي يعتقدوا فيها يعني. Okay. So if something walks in front of you, you will have good luck.
It's a black cat.
Maybe. Okay. Let's read all of them and then we'll see. If you break something, you'll have 7 years bad luck.
Yeah, it's a mirror.
Mirror.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to write your guesses, okay? So,
Mhm.
so if a black cat,
It's not that it's opposite of us.
yes, because actually they'll talk a little bit about this issue of some of the things are opposite. If you break a mirror, if you carry what?
It's very good.
Lucky charm.
A lucky charm. If
Mm.
you carry a lucky
Like
charm,
rabbit food.
like a rabbit's
Yeah.
foot,
Mm.
if you see something in the sky, you can make a wish.
Shooting star.
Shooting star.
Maybe a shooting star. If you see a shooting star. And if you want a good thing to continue, you should touch
Wood.
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 If you spill something on the table, you should throw it over your shoulder.
So
All right. Salt. If you walk under something or open something in the house, you'll have bad luck.
you walk under umbrella.
And or open a ladder.
Leather or open.
No. If you walk under a ladder
A ladder.
Mhm.
Or
or
open.
open an umbrella.
An umbrella.
Umbrella.
Mhm.
I think maybe your answers are correct, but there is a listening track that's gonna tell us a little bit about British superstitions. لا ما زال في المقطع الثاني. Okay, so let me take a quick look. Okay, all of these are correct. These are just some quick examples of some British superstitions. Now, we have a few follow-up questions about this, and they want us to compare British superstitions that are true in your country. So from this list, from these superstitions, do we have any of them which are similar in Libya here?
No. Maybe another things,
Maybe.
but
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
but
black cat, it's another thing.
it's the opposite.
It's not good. Yeah, the opposite.
Mhm.
But I think for a shooting star, yes.
Do we believe in shooting stars? Do we make wishes if we see a shooting star?
No, I think no.
No, because we know because
we looked at that in series and cartoons.
Yeah,
But
it's not
But
part of our
here it's
culture.
not- Yes.
yes.
Yeah, but we see it a lot in cartoons and movies and series.
But I think some people do.
Yeah, maybe if it's okay if some people
but
do it.
It's not related to our culture.
Yeah, it's not an
Yeah.
original part of our culture. This is
Yeah.
No.
Okay, but let's talk about the ones we have. What other superstitions do people have in your country? What kind of superstitions do we have?
We have. I don't know how to say.
Are you talking about
they-
flip-flops? Never leave the flip-flops upside down. You have to.
Yes.
This is one of them.
Also, the lucky thing is about. I don't know how to say it in English. It's خميسة or حويتة.
Yeah.
We
So
have
it's,
some birds, black birds. When it comes, they come to any house.
They bring bad luck.
Good news.
Good or bad?
Yeah.
Yes, good things. Yes.
In Libya,
There
good.
is some. Yes, it's not. It's like
A crow.
عصفور يعني مش no عصفور عصافير سوداء. You don't see them?
No, maybe this is part of Sabha's culture.
No, عندها اسم هي الناس يعرفوها.
I don't know. I know. أنا نعرف الغراب. The crows are usually bad
Yeah.
luck in most
Bad
Arab Muslim
والهدهد.
culture. Hudhud is good luck, I think, in
Yes.
hudhud.
Yes.
But crows are
have-
bad luck.
I have one on the wall of my house.
Nice.
Every day it
Wow.
comes. Yes,
Oh,
it's great and sing.
and it sings. I think it's
Yeah.
called a hopo. Let me. I think your bird is saying to you, continue with your courses. You're doing well. Your teacher's great, and I think this is the هذا
Okay.
superstition. هذا رمزية الهدهد. Hopo. Okay, I'm just trying to check if no spelling ناسي واحدة من الأوز. Okay, so hoopos. In English, it's called a hoopoe.
I know this. What is mean? يقولوا له أبو بشير العصفور الأسود.
How big is
عصفور
it?
أسود. It's small.
Small.
It's small.
Strange. I don't know about this. لكن في حاجات القديمة شوية أغلب الأجيال الجديدة بالذات كان السوبرستيشن قديم شوية مرات خلاص
اكتب عصفور اكتبوا في الجوجل أو عصفور أبو بشير تشوفوا تعرفوا.
Okay, I'm going to check it now.
هو
بوبشير.
أبو بشير أبو بشير.
أبو بشير.
هيك اسمه راه.
Let's check.
لا مش بو عصام.
بعجلة. Let's take a look.
ما علاش مسمين أبو بشير شرى يبشر هيك يعني.
أي
Bubshi, okay, but it's not completely black.
Black.
Black and white.
No, a little white, not.
Okay, I'm going to share. I'm going to share my Google. Let me see if you tell me if you see it in the photos now.
Okay.
No, we don't. Okay, now.
Yes, the small one. Yes, there is on the stones.
On the
Yes,
left.
That's it. Yes.
Do we have this in Libya? I've
We
never
have a
seen
lot.
this.
Yes, I have a lot in my house. Maybe my house is
Maybe we should. Maybe we move to your house.
Maybe
We
should
should-
maybe should start some exportation business. ديري خدمة تصدير بوبشير لطرابلس يا ملاك.
Okay, I will photo it and
Yeah, here.
send.
Can you see lots of
Yes,
them?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Ah.
Bubishir. Yes, its name is.
And
Bubishir.
even the
It's actually
looks
pretty.
like different.
Yes.
Looks
I
like
like it.
different.
Yeah, it looks nice. بوبشير. في المملكة العربية السعودية دليل وصف. Okay, so very interesting. I didn't know about this. Okay. So what else do we have? What other superstitions do we have? We have, what about scissors? Do we have any superstitions with scissors?
Yeah, when it's open or.
Yeah, we don't like to leave it
good thing.
open. Yeah, it's not a good
Yeah.
thing.
And put it in the cupboard.
Also,
Yeah.
there's a funny thing about the children, the kids.
Yeah.
When it's under they say 40 days, they shouldn't go. They shouldn't. Their parents, they shouldn't want them out after
their birth.
After the Maghrib, because there's a طيرة.
You mean when kids are born, they shouldn't go out after sunset
40.
for 40 days?
Yes.
Is this true?
I think the clock.
Yeah.
The clock's not. The clock.
Also, some people believe also the baby. Yeah.
What do they believe?
If you have a grandmother,
Huh?
Told him about that. They told you. But nowadays they sure they didn't believe in that. But if you have a old person in your house, so don't don't do that in front of them.
Don't do what?
Uh, bring a baby after the sunset, or just leave the baby where it is. She or he live.
So you shouldn't take out babies from their homes after sunset.
Yes.
Okay.
I know the clothes not put
Yeah,
it
the clothes
outside.
also the
For
if
the newborn baby.
What about it? What
No.
about the clothes of the newborn?
it's the same way. It's the
You
same.
Not
mean
put it outside after Maghrib.
Yeah. After
so there you shouldn't put babies' clothes outside the house after sunset. Is that it?
Yes. Also, they
Yes.
believe. Yeah.
Mm.
They if you should get the baby out after the sunset. Put the bread behind the behind the.
Put bread behind the baby or under the baby.
Yes. Ask any child doctor, children doctor.
Yeah.
They told you that.
Yeah, they'll probably
This
know all of this
happen a lot.
information.
Yeah.
Very interesting. No, I don't know this. When I worked in medicine, luckily I didn't deal with kids. I don't like them very much. I only dealt with the grown-ups, and I worked in anesthesia. So all I do is say hi, just give them anesthesia, and they're asleep, and they wake up later. So minimal contact with the patients. But this is interesting. The one about bread and not going out after sunset is new for me. I've never heard of it. Okay, what else do we? I'll tell you the ones I know, and tell me if I missed something. I know about the scissors, and I know about flip-flops and slippers. You shouldn't keep them facing upwards. You should also cover, cups and glasses overnight, so jinns don't drink from it. And what else do we have?
But I think for the slipper, even the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told about this.
Covering food, you mean? Covering dishes and covering cups.
Yes.
Yeah. But this is the issue, because for someone who's, let's say, maybe not Muslims, for someone who's Christian, and you say something like this, they won't see it as religious. They will just think this is superstition. Why do you have to cover it? What's the point? Do you get the idea?
I don't know, because maybe he don't know about our religion. That's why.
It's true. Yeah, if someone doesn't know, this is what they'll think. Because I'm sure that many of these superstitions, maybe some of them had religious, religious reasons, I don't know, or something like this. For example, we believe in evil eye, but evil eye is also mentioned in religion, right? للعين, evil eye.
Yes.
Yeah, and evil eye يعني مش حتى المسلمين والعرب فقط، هم جماعة الحوض المتوسط كلهم عندهم نفس الإيمان بالعين بنفس الشكل، اللي هو جنوب إيطاليا، اليونان، جهل يعني البحر المتوسط كلها عندها نفس يعني لها حتى جغرافيا متشاركين في الثقافة هذه، الترك نفس الشيء. So it's hard to say. What else?
No. Also about the mirror, it's not a good thing to keep a broken mirror in your home or on your back or girls.
Do we have something related to mirrors here in Libya?
Yeah, it's not like a British people. They believe in 7 years luck. But here it's not a good thing to see yourself in a broken mirror.
Mm.
It's a bad.
Yeah, this one is new also. I've never heard of it, but it's true. I've never seen a broken mirror in a house
Even me.
because
Yeah.
maybe
Because
they change it
I know a lot of girls have a broken mirror in his
in their homes.
home.
They're
Are they normal
bad.
or are they crazy? Are they okay?
Especially in the school. Especially in the secondary school.
Everybody had broken
That's
mirrors.
why I think it. Yeah.
I went
And the small one.
That's why Libya has so many problems because these girls now, many of them have children, and their children are crazy because they had broken mirrors.
Also, there is they told you don't put your bag in the floor, on the floor,
What kind of
because
bag?
it brings you.
Your school bag, you mean?
No, it's about the women's bag.
You mean like the purse,
Because
the
you
woman's
put
bag?
money. Yeah.
This one is also
So
new.
you will lose your money.
You're a very superstitious person, Hazir. You know lots of superstitions.
Yes.
I like
Maybe
old
has-
people.
Do you
So
do you
I learn
believe
from them?
do you believe in any of these
No,
superstitions,
no.
Hazir? No, none of
No.
them. No.
No, none of them. Yeah.
but I'm
I
afraid
like
from
to
this
read
thing.
about them and know about these things.
Mm.
It's part of culture because especially when you face with the European or any other countries people, so they love to
know about these
learn
things.
about
Mm.
so you should
True.
know about that because you will
So you can
have a good
compare.
conversation.
True.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point because I completely agree with you about the culture part. You know, these things are part of any nation's culture, and each culture has different superstitions. But Malak, you said you believe in some superstitions. Do you believe in any of them?
I don't believe them, but I'm afraid to do anything when I hear about something. Maybe I'm afraid to some things which is bad.
Like?
I don't do it, and I try to avoid it.
So this means you believe in it.
No, in my inside, I don't believe, but I'm afraid. Yes, really afraid from things like that.
Okay. All right. What about Sana? Let's see. Do you believe in any superstitions, Sana? It's okay. You can be honest.
No.
We won't judge you.
For me. No, not judge me. Why you wouldn't judge me?
Because maybe you're embarrassed about
believe because
you don't?
no, I believe when they cover the food and especially in the night because the Prophet Muhammad said that, and even the slipper when the slipper yes, because there is hadith and
Is there a hadith about the slipper facing upwards?
I think.
I don't know about it.
I don't know exactly, but I know I heard something. I don't know. I will
check it.
Search in Google. I will.
Yeah. No, the covering part. You're right. I remember a hadith about covering food, and there is something about. But even if you think of it from a normal point of view, it's good to cover. It's better than insects falling in or dirt or I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's not a big problem. Covering is I think it's logical.
For the mirror and for the black cat and something like that, no, I don't believe.
My
okay.
My grandparents, my grandfather, she believes a lot of things, like when she sleeps on the floor, she try to sleep in side يعني بترقد في جهة معينة، ما تحبش ترقد مثلا في جهة وفي جهة، ما عرفتش يعني.
So weird. She doesn't like to sleep anyway. You mean there's a specific corner she
Yes.
likes, and if you try to
Yes,
move her,
she has a lot
doesn't.
of things to
She has
do.
a lot of rules, a lot of superstitions.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And advise us about a lot of things about these things.
Yeah, this is good for you. This is bad for you. Don't do this. Do this, and so on.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
True. Yeah, but I think these things they're kind of disappearing from the new generation, right? I don't think kids care anymore
Yeah.
about these things. Some of them do, but just because they're afraid. But most of them, I don't think they care too much.
I have a grandmother always do like chopper
What's that?
in her
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
تشبير. Yes.
Yeah, like me
تشوف
when
إذا
I
كان في
was
عين أو لا.
no,
Evil
not
eye.
عين. If you will successful or you will fail.
You mean she takes your palm? She reads your palm.
Yeah.
Palm. قراءة الكف يعني.
No.
بالخيط. بالخيط.
تشبر في الإيد كلها.
كيف إيش معناها تشبر؟
شوف تاخذ خيط ولا؟
مش
خيط وتشوفه إذا كان طويل أو قصير يطلع.
من وين تاخذ
هي
الخيط؟
طلعت على الإيد مش خيط، هي لا نفس إيدها الثانية. يعني
أوكي.
تاخذ اليمين بتحطها هيك وتبدأ تشبر كأنك أنت تشبر تاخذ في مساحة تقيس فيها.
كأنه
هي هذه
قياس.
التشبير.
I can't
وتقعد
imagine.
تشبر. لو أنت
I'm trying.
هي تاخذ الإيد والإيد الثانية تقعد تشبر بها، تقعد تركب لفوق وتطلع تنزلها. لو جت هي والحق سوا
Like this you mean? She does like
مع
this?
الإيد.
Like this هيك تبدأ تقيم واحدة ثابتة الثانية تقيم فيها مثلا.
لا على الإيد نفسها هي كلها تمشي فيها الإيد تشبر كأنها بتقيس.
هيك تقول هيك.
هو مش عارف شو معنى.
تشبر كيف؟
مش عارفة عن الفعل نفسه ما عرفتاش الفيرب بس شو معناه.
كأنك تقيس في يدك بيدك الثانية.
يعني هيك تحطهم على بعض. Do you put them
No.
هيك تقيس. بتشبر يعني قصدك من شبر يعني تشبر هيك تقيس يعني هيك.
أيوة
بالضبط.
اوكي انا توقف زبطت تشبر من شبر. اوكي وبعد ايش يصير؟
ولو جت الإيد وهي تركب وتنزل لو بتجي الأخيرة هي والحق سوا مع الإيد هذه معناها أنت بتنجح. لو بتطلع شوية تقريبا إنك أنت بتعقب أو حاجة زي هيك. فدرتها لي في الشهادة الثانوية ففعلا عقبتني. أنا ما نصدقش فيه الكلام هذا لكن فعلا عقبت جبت واحدة في الفيزياء.
but do you know في الفكرة يعني للعلم there's a scientific study عن الموضوع هذا أن مكتشفين التأثير مرات من التشبيه نفسها. لما قالت لك أنك أنت مش حتنجحي أو أنت لا خشت لك الفكرة هذه في اللاوعي أنت حتحققها أصلا.
خشت في العقل الباطن.
خشت اللي هم درسوا جماعة
الامتحانات بعد ما كملت الامتحان أنا.
درتها لك بعد الامتحان مش قبل يعني.
بعد ما كملت امتحانات.
بعد ما كملت امتحانات.
لها يعني هرجوا عليهم.
أنا حناك حقانية شباحة تشوف.
ندمت على النسيان.
الله يرحمها. الله يرحمها.
الله يرحمها.
لا حقانية طلعت معنا. كان بعد.
لا حقانية.
Okay.
In that time I was crying really when she did this and told me you will fail. I started crying because I study hard and my eyes عيوني طلعت بالقراءة.
But she knew.
People believe.
But I think it's good for me because Allah maybe we need me or you want me to fail after that to success and now I graduate from I am engineer, and it's okay.
Yeah, these
No,
things
I
are
don't
normal.
care.
Everybody fails.
and you forget that.
Yeah. I know. I forget.
Alhamdulillah.
Also about the children,
Mhm.
they believe if no it's about if he became a year or a year and a half and he doesn't walk,
Mhm.
they put it خيط
Mhm.
or something
A
in
thread.
his legs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in his legs. And and after his dad is going out to pray Jum'ah,
Mhm.
Salat Jum'ah, they walk after him, after his dad or his grandfather or something. So he will start walking.
Mm. This is also you're full of superstition stories, Hajar. This one is also
Yeah.
new. I haven't heard of this one either. Interesting. Maybe because
Also
I
about
don't
the
have
children.
nephews or nieces. Okay, what else about children?
I don't know about the meaning of سرة البيبي لما يولد.
You can say
Yes,
umbilicus,
yes.
umbilical cord, الحبل السري. يقولوا لها
Yeah.
umbilical cord.
Mhm. When drop off from the baby, they you مثلا
When
you
you put
bury
in
it, right?
a place,
yeah, you
I know that they bury
yeah,
it.
but
What do you put?
no, they put it on the place they want the baby went there
like
or
mosque or school,
yeah,
or maybe he will be a teacher. If you put it
or in
in
the street or
a hospital, maybe
in
he
the
will be a
street.
doctor.
No, what I know is usually they bury it in a place where they want the baby to always come back to. For example,
Yeah, also
his grandparents' house, his uncle's house, his father's house. No, not father, but grandparents' house. So this way he always visits his relatives. So they bury it there, and the child, they believe, will grow up and always come back there, right? This is the one I know, but the one about mosque and hospital, I don't know about this one. Very weird and interesting stuff. Anyway, so this is our
I put
topic.
my
Huh? You where did you put?
umbilical cord from my son to mosque, but
Didn't work.
he never go to mosque.
it had the opposite effect. It kept him away from the mosque. So this is the problem with superstitions. Sometimes they work, sometimes they have the opposite effect.
But for me, work it, I think.
Yeah, in your case it worked.
Yeah.
Interesting things. Yeah, these stories are, super interesting. Okay, so before we finish, let's just do the listening. We don't have to answer, just so we can laugh a little bit at. Here we have the story of some British superstitions and where they came from. So we're going to listen to two people, Edward and Charlotte. They're going to tell us a little bit about some British superstitions. We just want to listen to what they're about, and in our next lesson we can write them. So let's just do the listening only. Act 10.
The word before the
Sorry, what is it, Sana? What's your question?
The words before the question.
Okay. Yeah. We have the Romans.
The Romans. Okay.
Romans. The Romans. Then we have crops.
Roman, yeah. Okay.
Crops. Do you know what crops means? Crops like wheat,
محاصيل.
محاصيل.
Plant.
Yeah, plants, ذرة. عادة المحاصيل أكثر حاجة. Fertility. Do you know what fertility means? Anybody
No.
know fertility? Fertility الخصوبة. Fertility. This is the meaning of fertility. And good and evil spirits. Anybody knows what this means?
Okay, this is I know.
Yeah, أرواح شريرة, أرواح طيبة. You know, this is the meaning. So let's listen to British superstitions and how they started.
Track 10.
Charlotte, are you very superstitious?
No, not really. Why do you ask?
I'm reading a fascinating book called The History of Superstitions. Did you know that in Britain, people think that seeing a black cat is good luck, but in nearly every other country in the world, it's bad luck?
That's quite strange, isn't it?
Yes, I thought so too. And do you know why breaking a mirror is 7 years bad luck?
No, why?
Well, the Romans believed that life started again every 7 years. If a mirror broke, then people thought the last person who looked at it was very ill and would continue to be ill for the next 7 years of their life. You know, until they got a new life.
OK then. My uncle always carries a rabbit's foot around with him. Why would a rabbit's foot be lucky?
Hang on. Lucky charms are here somewhere. Yes, here it is. Rabbits were believed to help families grow their crops because they lived in the fields and had lots of babies. So they became a sign of fertility and good luck.
Not so lucky for the rabbit, though.
Yeah, true. So, what superstitions do you believe in?
Well, let me think. Oh, I touch wood. But everyone does that, don't they?
Ah, that's an interesting one. According to this book, thousands of years ago, people used to believe that good spirits lived in the trees and that touching wood called on these spirits and protected people from danger.
That's interesting. I also do that thing with salt, you know, throw it over my shoulder. I've no idea why, though.
Ah, that's in here too. Yes, here it is. Apparently, hundreds of years ago, salt used to be very expensive and valuable and was mainly used as a medicine. So spilling it was a really bad thing to do. You throw it over your left shoulder, or the right one if you live in Argentina or Italy, into the faces of the evil spirits behind you to stop them hurting you.
Sounds like an interesting book.
Yes, it is. You can borrow it when I've finished, if you like.
Yes, please. Thanks a lot.
Okay, so this is the story or the origin of some of the British superstitions. So this means this is where we'll start in our next lesson. We can maybe listen to this again, complete the sentences. The good thing about this lesson, you know, no grammar, so just some vocab, synonyms. And we're also going to read about this article, very nice, The Secrets of Luck. So I think you'll like this article. Anyways, this is for Wednesday. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you again in our next lesson.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.